Yo, what up? It's Compton Rick Rock with Compton Rick Rock TV. Man, we back with some more content. Man, I'm glad to be back. Been a long weekend, just celebrated my birthday. And man, I feel good to be back. Over the weekend, man, it been a whole lot of crazy content going on internet, man. And when I tell y'all, it been crazy. But anyway, man, we got a new interview with Jay Reed that we just wrapped up yesterday, man. We knocked that out. And speaking of Jay Reed, there's also a new audio online with him squashing his beef with LUCE Cannon. Man. How true is that, man? Is it true? Is Jay Reed playing another game on the internet, man? Again, I did let Jay Reed use my platform and get his message out there. And according to the audio last night, it's basically a contradiction to the video that we just dropped yesterday. Was he just telling them guys that to get them off the phone? Was he saying what they want to hear because he knew that this interview was dropping today? We just did this interview yesterday, and like I say, right after this interview, he had the phone call with these guys. So let's see, man, is this all a game with Jay Reed, man? Is he playing everybody? He got everybody in the YouTube streets going to war, beefing. This has been one of the craziest beefs that I done had online, all because of this Jay Reed incident. So let's check out this interview that we just did yesterday, and I'm gonna let you guys decide what is going on. Compton Rick Rock with Compton Rick Rock TV. Let's get to the content.
Watching Compton Rick Rock TV. Let's get to the content.
Yo, what up? It's Compton Rick Rock with Compton Rick Rock TV, and we back with a recurring guest, Jay Reed. Man, ever since the last viral video, there's been a lot of controversy as well as a lot of politics going behind the scenes in the streets, man. This right here been a interesting story, which I will say, man, I've never received this kind of flack for any interviews that I've did in the past. This right here definitely takes the cake on anything that I ever did. A lot of people, as you know, they upset about the video, but how can anybody be upset about a video that they put out themselves? Well, anyway, man, let's get to the content, man. How you been doing, man? How have everything been with you since the viral video?
Man, first off, let me say congratulations to you, Compton Rick Rock, on your achievements and your platform. And I just want to say, you know what today is. I ain't got to broadcast it, but special days and special thanks to you in many years to come. Man, for me, I just want to say, first off, thank you to everybody for their support that reached out. I know there's a lot of conflicting stories. Today, we're going to address some of those situations. Some situations I'm not going to be able to address. But I just want to say thank you again for having me on this platform. You already know who it is. Jay Reed, Deuce District, 501c3, hashtag enough is enough. Let's get to it.
Okay, now there's a recording on the internet with you, LUCE Cannon, and WACK 100, man. There's been various in previous statements with WACK saying that he didn't know you before this audio leaked to the internet. There was an audio with you, WACK, and LUCE Cannon discussing the Dash Network deal. Travis Ford was also mentioned in that video. Can you tell us about that? Because in the last video, we had no indication that recording even existed. Tell us about that.
I don't know how to really put that in perspective. Excuse me. What I do want to say is, you know, when you live in this world, man, you know, I grew up in a time and era where we didn't have a lot of friends. And what I mean by friends is people that we call associates, I guess, people we spend time with. And we throw the word friends around loosely. I could honestly say this. I've been knowing Travis for many years. He is someone I consider a friend. So when you do hear that tape, you don't hear me saying things that you guys are interpreting. I never have no intentions of setting Travis up. There's no reason for me to do that. If you guys just pay attention to how my language is, I come from a business standpoint, and a lot of these people are not business. How can I say it? I don't expect you guys to understand business. And what I meant by Travis is in a way is just that when it comes to business, I'm somebody that's graduated from a business standpoint. This is what I do for a living. So when I speak about that, sometimes we put ourselves in situations and we mean well, but we don't understand the nature of the business. And when it comes to business, sometimes, or a lot of times in this business, in this industry, entertainment industry, people cross you up on words. And this is basically what we're dealing with right now, a cross up of words.
Okay, now I also had a theory because I went on the live with WACK and LUCE Cannon, and we discussed that audio. We had another guy that called in with some information that he even had about the audio. Well, my theory was, in that video, LUCE Cannon had made a statement about Travis Ford, I guess some altercation that maybe they had in the past. So when I heard that audio, because I didn't hear it the first time, my thing was this. After hearing it, I said, you know what? I think I got a clear indication that what went on here. And I also stated, I said, maybe Travis Ford didn't come down here to handle the business because of the altercation that him and LUCE Cannon probably had. And I said, you know what? Jay Reed came down here to handle the business because Travis Ford couldn't come because of that issue. Now, in the midst of all that, I said Jay Reed tried to backdoor Travis Ford. That was my whole theory. Can you correct that if I'm wrong on that?
There was no backdoor between Travis and myself, period. That video, no one heard. And I didn't record that video for anyone. I just did it because for the fact of there's a, what trips me out is you go and do your research. I'll send you the link. But there's a video, a past video that I was on that I didn't know I was recorded. Funny thing is, I don't like to talk and I don't say things that I don't supposed to say on the phone. And that's where we at with a lot of these individuals today. What's amazing to me is that you guys can't see the tactics. What I call it police tactics, I don't know. You guys have to decipher that for yourself. But when you guys get on the phone with some of these people that you guys think, and I for myself, one of them got on the phone, engaging in conversations, probably saying some things. I ain't gonna say saying some things I don't feel like I should say, because everything I said, I meant everything I said. But some other people get on the phone and say things that's way out of line, out of pocket, and they know they're wrong. Only thing is, they don't think nobody's gonna hear it, and that's where we at with this situation. I was recorded before, and I just didn't understand what was the purpose of doing that? And I get it now for the social media. But at the same time, there is a rule and there's a line between evading somebody's privacy and then stirring up situations. I recorded the phone call only because I was asked to get on the phone and push mute. Plain and simple. And to lead to that, I never meant to throw Travis Ford up under the bus.
Well, let me ask you this. Also, in that recording, we did hear LUCE Cannon state that he had an issue with Travis Ford. Did you by any chance aware Travis Ford of that recording?
Never of the recording per se, because I felt like in that situation right there, it was a shock to me for him to say that, but also at the same time, if we're going to speak about facts, I just wait for the excuse me, I wait for the next gentleman to speak their facts. From my understanding, there was a underlying issue, and I think it was more like an ego issue. You know what I'm saying? And Travis is very good at what he does. I will say that he has built that platform with the help of Mozzie from the ground up. I only came in to assist. If anybody pay attention, the percentage is something that I'm not. It's not that big of a deal to me. It was more of a friendship thing for me to see this brother and his partner get to where they going. We are not too far geographically far from each other. And what I mean by that, we still in the neighborhood. We still in the hood, bro. And anybody that's trying to get themselves out the neighborhood, man, I'm all for it. Can I assist? Yes.
Okay. Now, people want to know this. Before the interview that we did the last time, like I say, nobody had any clue of this phone call. Nobody. Not it was not mentioned whatsoever.
Correct.
So this is what everybody want to know. How long have you been knowing WACK and Loose Cannon? Because prior to this, we was under the indication that there was no recordings, no phone calls or anything. We were just going off the video that was presented to everybody that we put out. And then this recording popped up. So how long have you guys been in contact with each other prior to that incident?
Okay, as far as Dosh Network concerned, they came into the situation maybe 6 months. Me, Wack, and Loose probably been speaking prior to that, because there was other business engagements that we wasn't able to achieve, which I, took insight on. So I have to say, a good, good part. I've been knowing, like I said, I met Loose Cannon back in county jail. So that story is solid. I've met Wack a few times before, prior to this engagement. Then we had a phone call prior to this engagement with somebody else, which I was on the Exposed show prior to that. And so, it's I don't have a direct time date. We're in the industry. So we run across each other many a times. This ain't the first time. If you notice on the tape, he'll say there's only two J Reeds. One is a Don Moore and the other one he knows, but he doesn't really know physically. Until that, one of those nights, I think that was like the second time physically he had met me. But knowing my name, yeah, J Reed.
Well, I seen another thing on Street TV that the Burbank Police Department has opened up an investigation on this case, man. Tell us about that. Do you know anything about that? Or is that just some content that these guys are putting up on the internet?
That's a negative, brother. I would not speak on that because due to the fact there is another gentleman that's in the situation. It's like, that's the part I get that hurts me the most about having all this content. Bro, there's another individual in this video that has nothing to do with anything. I would never set any individual up. I would never intentionally put anybody in harm's way. And, that's the only reason why I'm doing this video. It's like, it's unfortunate. And when I say it's unfortunate, because I am an advocate for these streets and I am an advocate of reform. I met you, Rock, during a situation, probably one of the hardest times in my life. This situation to me, it probably tops that just for the simple fact that, we dealing with life or death here. Was I for sure that I was going to make it out? No one. I don't know nobody in LA that plays like that or would even agree to a stunt like that. So for that narrative is not it. The second narrative is setting people up. There's no point of setting no one up. Karma is a and bro, I'm one of them people that believe in God heavenly. And so I don't play like that. God spared me when I did my time. And I know a lot of you gentlemen that have ever did real time know when I'm talking about when them doors close, bro, you sitting there on that pillow and you crying, you praying. And you asking God to let you out the situation. So I don't play those type of games. So that lets me know the people that are playing those type of games haven't been where we have been, because we know for sure this is not rules and politics. And for people to go ahead and try to issue out that these are rules and politics is a negative. And for those that's following this blueprint, I just have to say, man, you have to really get in tune with those in your section, in your area, and really find out what true rules and politics are, because this is not it.
Okay. From the last video, everybody seen it. You know what I'm saying? They kind of they poured their heart out, for you in the video. Then it came out the 11-8, the 11-8 gangster the gang stuff, right? So in that video, a lot of people was like, how do we have a guy that's supposed to be a gang member from the streets, and he's sitting up there, he's emotional. This is what the people were stating. I looked at a lot of comments from the video. So I seen Reggie Wright on Bomb First. I'm pretty sure you familiar with Reggie Wright. He have a podcast on Bomb First. Shout out to Reggie Wright.
Yeah, for sure.
And he stated in that video, he said there was statements made. You know what I'm saying? He said if there was statements made from a gang member, coming from a gang aspect of a gang member, right? That's a no-no. That we got to handle this another way, because that's just the code of the street.
Now, if the rumors are true that they both lawyered up and also contact law enforcement, then they better only be considered civilians now. And they better not ever holler Crip, blood, on the set, on the dead homies, or any of that bullshit ever again in life. Because then they wrong.
That's right. And from the jump, when we talk initially when we talked, and I spoke with you when I first found out what happened, I stated from the gate, like, man, the lawsuit stuff, don't do the lawsuit. You know how we handle things in the streets. I contacted WACK 100. I told him there won't be no lawsuits. Y'all just handle that in the streets, however y'all handle when y'all see it. And I was done with the whole issue.
Let me say this. First off, again, that video and whatever situations, I'm not going to speak up on, due to the fact there is another gentleman in the video that I have to give respect to, and I'm not going to cross those lines and barriers. He has a family, so do I, so I'm not going to speak on those things. Now, when it comes to speaking about the situation, let me say this. I'm not a gang member like that. I'm 50 years old, bro. I'm really in the community. Even, putting that, trying to put that narrative out there just lets you know a lot about a person, right? Anybody that wants to start controversy among the community, like, bro, when we don't have nothing as it is, it's crazy. Especially when you're not in the community. There's videos of me. There's me in different people's sections cleaning up the community, bro, trying to get people together. I don't think I see video of these individuals doing those things. So when we sit here and laugh at somebody trying to clean up the community, that just let me know what side of the fence you're on. My association with the people I grew up with have nothing to do with how I live my life today at the age of 49. Let's just be accurate. I would be 50, 2025, if anybody want to make a little discrepancy about that. Secondly is any individual at the age that I am, if they feel like they're still in the streets, more power to you, but I'm not that individual. If I'm guilty by association, then that's fine too, but I associate with a lot of individuals, as you can see. I have family members, anybody that grew up on the West Coast and in LA, no. Man, everybody family member is from somewhere. That doesn't mean I have to be front line and into the negative. I'm always into the positive. So even when we talk about that Hawthorne area, bro, anybody that knows me and been dealing with me over 30 years, only thing I provided for the neighborhood is a job in the studio. Guaranteed. Anybody that says anything different, I'm not hopping in nobody's cars, bro. You don't see me on no pictures throwing up no hoods. I'm not on gang files. That's not me. So for that narrative, that's a dangerous narrative. Now we're trying to start a street war. So I just want people to understand what type of individuals we're dealing with. I don't have to sit here and dispute facts. That's one thing about life. The reality and real, I don't have to argue about that. Again, it's a misfortune. It's unfortunate that we have to come to these type of situations to where a person have to explain themselves because some people would think that, hey, a person is always on some negative. I'm not on no negative.
A lot of people said, man, Jay Reed made a video and he said, everybody subscribe to my YouTube channel. And that's the thing that's going on with a lot of people now. A lot of people is coming out the woodworks with all these stories about people. And in the midst of them having a story, the first thing they say is subscribe to my YouTube channel. Right. Was this a YouTube channel thing, or, you know, because even after hearing that video, I will be honest, man, after hearing that video with you, LUCE, and WACK on there, man, everybody from that point said, you know what, it had to be a play, man. Right. All this had to be a play. Was them prop guns? Was it fake blood? And due to the other gentleman, if he wasn't in the hospital, nobody even knows this part yet. Right. He haven't came out. He haven't said anything. And also in Reggie Wright's video, also Reggie Wright stated that the other guy, he didn't make no report.
They showed you a picture of the other guy who he's been keeping it as G to me as anybody, especially if he hasn't lawyered up and he hasn't went to the authorities, because he ain't saying shit. Now, so I kind of respect that dude if that's how he playing it.
That's the word that's out there. He didn't make any report. He didn't, you know, so it's a lot going on that a lot of people still don't have answers to that they want to know. So, yeah, definitely a lot of people is looking like, man, there's got to be a play, man. It got to be a play. So was this a YouTube thing, or do you have your YouTube channel? Was you trying to promote that in the midst of all this? Tell us about that.
For me, that's kind of like even strange for a person to even ask that. It's like, I'm not in that cyber world. Let me say that. I've been having my YouTube channel. I do music, so I've had artists on the channel. So that was nothing to me. And even to tell a person to subscribe to a channel will only be to let you guys know that there's more to me than this story. This is not something that I value my life around. I would never put myself in a situation for anybody to be touching me in any ill form. And, you know, just put it all in perspective, man. Ain't nobody touching me besides a woman, man. I'm just seriously on that perspective. And, you know, I'm not into allowing the community to believe in that. You know, that's not something I believe in. I don't believe in another black man putting their hands on. I don't believe in no man putting their hands on another man. You know what I mean? Because that just leads to other things. And that just, from the beginning, like, bro, I could never be that person you're going to put your hands on me. We've never been into a confrontation to lead to that. I know how to walk away. So when, even in that situation, when people talking about me saying certain things that trigger something, bro, I'm a person that reads body language. I've been in the system for a long time, so I know how to avoid certain situations and stay away from it. Does that mean I'm weak on the situation? No, that means I'm very intelligent and I'm very aware of my surroundings. So to kind of like sum it up, bro, no.
Okay, now the second guy, I know it's only so much you can speak on with him, but I'm going to speak on the obvious that's already on the internet. Mm-hmm. From the beginning, it was stated the guy was a preacher, right? Now we seen other clips that came out with him actually throwing up gang signs. I guess a Gilbert Street blood or something like that. That also came out.
But he also was standing outside a hospital throwing up a gang sign.
Because I don't know. I'm asking if you know anything about that, but we did see him throwing up a gang sign, and it appears to be like a bandana or something on his neck or something like that.
Well, maybe I didn't see that picture. Is that I don't know. What I can say is that again, I'm 50. This gentleman, I believe, is in his 60s. Why are we trying to connect that? If I know anything about this gentleman has only came to me to uplift the individuals in this community, bro. I don't know nothing else about no gang ties.
Okay, because when I seen it, I said, man, this appears to be, we know the gang motion, the gang sign, the gang body language, the posture. It give off a totally different vibe from being a preacher. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know how did that theory even come about? Where did that come from?
Well, you know what? Preaching, right? You know how I get from it when somebody's trying to influence other individuals with positivity. I could sit here all day and say, "Hey, bro, I'm nothing about positivity," and you have these people on the internet bring up the gang situation. Bro, that is nothing of the same sort. We're on two different levels. So if the brother is labeled a preacher because he want to get the people out the streets, then let him be that. We got some preachers up in the pulpit that ain't preachers. So what are we trying to weigh out? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand the whole thing. So what? What does it matter what the name is? Bro, I don't see that brother in no car murdering somebody. I don't see that brother up there striking up on the wall. That's like, what are we trying to take away from this gentleman is what I'm trying to figure out.
Right. Now, there's a theory. There's a theory that Travis Ford left you in Las Vegas. I don't know if this was prior to the time that this incident took place, that he left you in Las Vegas. You got upset that he left you and you took it upon yourself to go there to handle the business. Now, I'm just asking what's already out there. People want to know these things because we didn't bring this up in the last interview. It was another guy also that has a recording. That's me and him on the internet, and he was explaining that theory that this is why you got mad at Travis Ford because he left you in Vegas. You took it upon yourself to go handle the business. Can you speak on that? And do you know that guy that was on the phone?
Let me say this. Okay, so the thing about the Vegas, from that date of the incident, bro, is like a month and some change prior. That situation was never brought up because that was an isolated incident. That was nothing that I was upset about. I think that day was a Saturday. I had to be at my son's. He was in a championship game on that Sunday. Only thing that mattered to me was getting to the game. And I got to the game. So that's why that situation was none of void. I never brought it up to Travis. Me and Travis talked about that day. So me and him personally got over that. That had nothing to do with anything. I would not go to no jumper because that happened. Bro, that was a month and some change before that. Like I said, that whole situation doesn't even line up. That's why if you hear the conversation, you hear the gentleman say, "Oh, that would make no sense. That would make no sense." Because it wouldn't make no sense. Because I don't have ill intentions. I never had ill intentions. Was I left? That was miscommunication. I could say that because he didn't leave Vegas. I had to leave. I had to leave at the end of the day. So me leaving was all that was my concern. And we got over that situation. So that was not even a big issue.
Okay. In that recording, we heard you say clearly, I feel like, I guess you was indicating that Travis was slowing down the deal, that he might have been messing up the business as far as with him slowing up the process. And that's why the indication the theory that I said was, well, maybe Jay Reed was trying to backdoor Travis Ford because you hear LUCE say, well, don't worry about that. I'm going to take care of that. You feel me? So the audio didn't add up, the whole theory. So again, when we asked you the first time, what was your reason for going down there? Now that you're saying that the theory that I had, because it made sense to me when I heard it. And like I said in the video, it was only my opinion. Don't mean that it was factual.
Correct.
So again, if you don't mind, now that that's not a theory, again, if they say that you wasn't there to handle business, I thought that maybe you went down there because Travis couldn't go because of the recording that you guys had. Maybe it got back to him. So now that that's not a theory, again, we still haven't came to the conclusion why you guys were there.
Well, it's simple. I was called to go.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? There is no other theory. Yeah, those were accurate about the probably the meeting being canceled. But and then again, like I said, if you guys listen to me, I was in a different location. I still received a phone call from certain individuals saying, "Hey, are you still coming?" So that just threw me in a loop. Like, okay, what am I coming for? Again, I'm the middleman. I'm the person that put the two and two together. So of course, in business, yes, I'm gonna tell you how it do work. Yeah, it kind of falls on me, per se. Does that mean that it should have led up to that? No. Now, does it mean that I have to correct the business in between the two individuals that's not seeing eye to eye? If I can. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I was there for, only to see if I could tighten up a couple of loose ends. And what I mean by that was, you hear on the tape, or I don't even know how you guys want to put it, man. You hear certain contracts wasn't signed at a certain time. So these mysterious contracts being signed at a certain time, kudos to them on getting the business out. From my knowledge, though, contracts wasn't signed. I wasn't there to force nobody to sign anything. I was only there for an ear. I wasn't there to make sure. I was just making sure all parties on the same page, bro. I was on, like, again, a finder's fee is what we call in the industry. It's the only thing I'm talking about, bro. I don't get no percentage in nothing else. If a person don't want to give me a finder's fee, that's fine. But that's not good business.
Right, because there was a string of text messages that popped up on the internet, and these text messages was from everybody that was involved. And in this text message, it clearly says that Travis Ford was supposed to go to handle the business. Nowhere in that those text messages did it say that you were there to handle the business.